next comedian coming to this stage, haven't seen her in a while, but I'm very happy she's here. Anna Westfall.
Okay, so I work at Baker Catering, and we've been getting a lot of new employees lately. And every time a new one pops up, I'm always like, in my head, I'm always like, oh my gosh, a new human being. And it's never like, oh, this is a new employee. I'm like, this is like a new being, like popped into essence. And I'm always very excited, and I'm like, oh, what's your name, et cetera, et cetera. And so the other day, my manager was like, hey, Anna, can you go ask Kevin to do this and that and the other? And I was like, oh, is that a new human being? And my manager was like, Kevin is our general manager chef. Like, I had just said something really offensive, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, and then today, I was working at Baker Catering again, and it was like for the freshmen, and they were doing their tours, and we had like refreshments set out, and we had hot chocolate and little marshmallows. And I picked up one of the marshmallows, and I was like rolling it around in my fingers, and I was like, wow, this feels really interesting. And I was like, what does this little marshmallow feel like? And I was like, it kind of feels like a piece of flesh. And I was like, but not like the piece of flesh that like falls off someone. It would be like, it was like a cohesive whole, like a baby or something. And I was like, well, it can't feel like a baby because it's far too small to be a baby. And so I was like, oh, it could be like a fairy baby. And I was like, well, it can't really have any bones because it's so squishy. So I was like, okay, a tiny marshmallow feels exactly like a boneless, headless, legless fairy baby. Oh, armless too, no arms. Yeah, and then guess what? Then I ate it. And also, I'm like really interested in like the new emotions that you get whenever you do something new. So one of the new emotions I've gotten is the like dread of making iced tea at Baker Catering. Because you have to like take out the extra racks of glasses, put all the ice in the extra racks, put all the iced tea in, put the lemon slices in, go out to all the tables individually and ask, blah, blah. And it's really, really interesting because people will be like, hey, Anna, what's up at Baker Catering? And I'll be like, I have to do iced tea. And they're like, oh, shit. And I'm like, oh, shit. And like, I realized like before that, if you had said that, like never before can you like communicate like that and like have it be like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Okay, good night.